The US delays reciprocal tariffs for 90 days. Raises tariffs to 125% on Chinese goods.
The EU unveils an action plan for an AI-driven continent.
Nghệ An tightens discipline and stabilize the mindset of officials when restructuring and streamlining the apparatus.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Zhang, your host. Just about 14 hours after U.S. reciprocal tariffs took effect, President Trump announced a 90-day suspension of the tariffs, while raising duties specifically on Chinese goods to 125%.
President Trump stated that the decision to postpone the tariffs was made in recognition of the fact that over 75 countries have entered into negotiations with the U.S. administration to jointly address American grievances over global trade practices. His announcement immediately lifted U.S. stock markets, as fears of an impending economic recession began to ease. As for China, Trump's move to further increase tariffs may reflect the belief that the United States still holds a competitive edge in the trade dispute and could pressure China into making concessions. At this point, it remains unclear whether the U.S.-China confrontation will result in temporary disruption or marks the beginning of an unavoidable long-term trend. For now, the possibility of negotiation remains open, as President Trump has yet to resort to more drastic measures such as removing China from the international SWIFT payment system or delisting Chinese companies from U.S. stock exchanges.
The European Commission recently unveiled an action plan for an artificial intelligence continent with the aim of making the European Union the global leader in AI.
According to the President of the European Commission, EC, the race for leadership in the field of AI is still intensifying. The action plan aims to boost the EU's AI innovation capabilities through 5 main pillars. The first is the development of large-scale AI data and computing infrastructure. The second is to enhance access to large, high-quality data. The third is the development of algorithms and the promotion of AI adoption in the EU's strategic sectors. The fourth is ensuring the availability of human resources for the AI ecosystem. Finally, the plan includes simplifying regulations. In addition, the EC has launched 2 public consultations, which will run until June 4th, to gather input from the community and businesses on priorities, barriers, and practical solutions to promote AI adoption, with the goal of maintaining and expanding the EU's competitive advantage in this field.
Nguyễn Trung, the secretary of the Nghệ An Provincial Party Committee, has just signed and issued a directive to tighten discipline and stabilize the mindset of officials during the restructuring and streamlining of the apparatus.
The Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee has required district, town, and city party committees, as well as agencies and units, to effectively implement several key tasks. These include focusing on raising awareness and responsibility among officials, party members, and the public about the significance and importance of restructuring and streamlining the apparatus, as well as the policies and guidelines related to personnel management, regulations, and policies concerning officials, civil servants, employees at the district and commune levels. During the process of restructuring and streamlining the apparatus, leadership must not be relaxed. It is essential to ensure the continuous and uninterrupted operation of agencies and organizations, without affecting the activities of the party, government, citizens, and businesses. Furthermore, it is important to continue understanding the thoughts and aspirations of officials, civil servants, and employees, and to promptly address their concerns regarding policies and benefits, ensuring the rights of those affected by the restructuring process in compliance with party regulations and state law.
Coming up next are some updated news.
After overcoming many challenges, 4 component projects of the North-South Expressway and 20 kilometers of the Ben Loop, Long Ton Expressway are now speeding up towards completion. with the goal of being put into operation by the end of April to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and reunification of the country. The Bai Vot, Ham Gi and Ham Gi, Vung Eng projects, which cover over 100 kilometers, are scheduled to be completed in October this year according to the contract. However, the Prime Minister has instructed that the timeline be shortened and the projects must be finished before April 30th. As a result, investors and contractors have been working tirelessly, day and night, with the highest determination to complete the projects 6 months ahead of schedule. In addition to the 4 projects that will open their main routes by April 30th. Many other sections such as Vung Eng, Bung, Van Ninh, Cam Lo, and Quang Ngai, Hoi Nan are also expected to open by June 30th.
Nghệ An has just announced the program for the 2025 Sen Village Festival, which will feature a wide range of cultural, sports, and tourism activities to celebrate the 135th anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh's birth, May 19, 1890, May 19, 2025. The ceremonial part will include 3 main events: the flower offering ceremony at the Ho Chi Minh statue in Ho Chi Minh Square and a procession to his hometown, the flower and incense offering ceremony at the Ho Chi Minh Memorial House and Chung Sun Temple, and the procession of Ho Chi Minh's portrait from the Memorial House at the Kim Lien Historical Site to the Sen Village Stadium. The festival's celebrations will feature 13 cultural, sports, and tourism activities, including key events such as the opening ceremony of the Sen Village Festival and the unveiling of the statue, Ho Chi Minh's visit to his hometown. A 15-minute fireworks display will follow at the Sen Village Stadium.
Released on April 4, 2025, in theaters nationwide, the historical, war, and revolutionary film The Tunnels, The Sun in the Darkness quickly captured the attention of audiences across the country. The film not only recreates the war from a Vietnamese perspective with many innovative and unconventional approaches but also brings the historical and war genre, often considered dry, to a new realm. Closer to the modern cinematic breath of the world while still maintaining its local voice. According to critics, one of the key factors that make The Tunnels appealing to younger audiences, especially Generation Z, is its fresh storytelling style, modern filmmaking approach, and the serious, meticulous investment in both form and content.
Moving on to today's story. In the context of the environment being increasingly affected by consumer activities, the choice of sustainable products and services is becoming a strong trend.
Green consumption has become a familiar trend for Vietnamese consumers in recent years. With numerous benefits for consumers themselves, green consumption is gradually becoming a habit and a lifestyle trend. In Vinh City, many food and beverage establishments have already started using some or completely replacing utensils to align with consumers' choices.
I have been to many coffee shops, and I noticed that using paper straws is quite common. I feel safer compared to plastic ones, and it contributes to reducing a significant amount of plastic waste in the environment.
Green consumption is also a part of sustainable development for business owners. When products provide customers with safe and eco-friendly experiences, it creates a positive impression and helps develop their business models. Our core value comes from protecting the environment, not just the appearance of the products. From this core value, we develop it into a sustainable long-term approach, even though it costs more. This trend is not only applied to food but also to products like household items, cosmetics, and more, for both consumers and businesses. This trend, while not new, always needs to be expanded to achieve the goal of sustainable development and contribute to a greener Vietnam.
It's the end of today's news. Thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.